What's up, boys? You guys might not be able to hear me because my dad's outside in the back pressure washing his new car. I'll probably show you guys that later. It's not new per se, but it's new to him. So I might make some YouTube videos on it. I did post it on my Instagram, so if you guys follow my Instagram, you might see it on there. I do apologize if the pressure washer is loud as hell because it is right by me. Yeah, we're basically gonna finally start putting in my supercharger. So I'm probably gonna start just taking some parts out in the engine bay. You know, just some minor things, and then I'm probably gonna get back to it next weekend. It is already like 5 o'clock, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna kind of get it started just so that I get myself like going. You know, you have to get going to like start doing shit. I don't know. That's just how I am. Like, I've been contemplating doing this for a while, like for like 3 years. So yeah, I figured it's winter time, so fuck it. We're just gonna do it here in the carport. Should be pretty easy. But yeah, let's get started. All right, short little time lapse. I'm sure it wasn't too long because it didn't take me long at all. My phone, of course, right when I started recording, my phone went to 20%, so it canceled the recording. So you didn't see me take off the intake and stuff, but I got the intake off, I got the MAP sensor off, the IAT off, or the IAT unplugged. I got these two pulleys unplugged, one ribbed, one smooth. Got the belt off, and I just unplugged all the coil packs because we're gonna be changing those out anyway. So yeah, that's all I got done for now. I'm just gonna have everything in this box, and there you go. That's it. It's pretty easy. I always put the bolts back where they're gonna be at. Finally, the compressor's off, but I'm always gonna put back the bolts like that. That way I know where they're at. So I didn't have to take any bolts out for the intake. It's just clamps. So so yeah, I should know where everything is, and then that way next weekend we can get started. But yeah, the plan is to remove the IAT port. I'm gonna plug this off, take that out. We're gonna run some oh man, forgot what it's called. We're gonna run a catch can setup. So I'm gonna have a bung there, bung here on this side, and then I'm gonna run the oil lines. I'm thinking about putting the catch can over here because there is a mounting point right here. So I'll probably take this out, put the catch can sitting right here, and then I'll probably bolt this under. I'll make a new hole. But yeah, gonna be a little project. But yeah, see you guys next weekend where we actually get shit done. All right, and we're back the next weekend. So we left off, you know, taking out all the intake and just plugs and stuff like that. I ended up putting some trash bags or whatever, just so I don't get the fenders dirty. Yeah, it's the next weekend is Saturday morning, so good morning. I got all my stuff here, all my tools. Got some chocolate milk I'm gonna be down in, and then you know, I just got a list of what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the injectors, coils, plugs, and then possibly work on the catch can setup today, and maybe the supercharger install. But the three things I definitely want to get done today are the injectors, the coils, and the plugs. Yeah, I'll try to show you guys a step-by-step on how to do all of them. I'm not gonna get too in-depth because there's a lot of videos on how to do things, but it's basically just removing the fuel rails. So you got 4 bolts on the fuel rail, one back here, and then 2 on this side, and then unplugging the injector cables and just popping the injectors out. So it's pretty simple. you know, anybody can do it at home with some tools, so you guys should be good. I took this off. Put this shit back on. I do have a new radiator or a coolant reservoir to install. I got it from Harpell Auto Fab. I'll link his Instagram down in the description. I got I got this from him. Jesus, bro. I got this radiator cover from him, and he also has like master cylinder covers. He sells fuse box covers. He has power steering. He has power steering fluid reservoirs and all that. So check him out. He makes pretty good stuff. He welds it all in-house, and it's all made by him. So yeah, badass dude. Very cool to talk to. So I'll link his stuff down below. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start ripping these injectors out, taking all the plugs out that I need. So I'll be putting you guys on a time lapse, and then we'll get back to you in a little bit. You know what? Before I start taking out any of these coil packs and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and get some Ziploc bags. That way I can just mark everything, mark all my bolts. You know, make sure I keep track of everything. I definitely don't want to lose anything, and all these bolts and stuff are like very, very small, all these parts. So definitely don't want to lose anything. So I'll be right back with some Ziploc bags. All right, so I ran into a small little issue. I can't find my fuel disconnects, so I'm gonna have to leave the fuel line on the fuel rail. I would recommend taking this off. That way you have more wiggle room. And then the other problem that I'm probably gonna run into is that this throttle body is like right above the fuel rail, so I don't have much space to get that injector out. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna take that out. I hope I don't have to take my throttle body off, because that's gonna be a bitch, and it's just something I don't want to do. But yeah, I'll just keep it rolling and see if we can get it off. All right, that's one injector out. They're so dirty, bro. I'm gonna clean the surrounding areas on top of the injectors, make sure there's no dirt in them when I put the new injectors in. But yeah, it's number one. They didn't come out like on the fuel rail. A lot of people say that a lot of people have them come out on top of the fuel rail, but mine didn't. They stayed in the intake, and I had to pull them out of the intake. So I'm not being too forceful with the injectors and kind of wiggling them around in a circle so that it just gets loose all around it, and then it can come out, you know. You don't want to like really tug on anything, because God forbid you pull off an O-ring and, you know, then you're fucked. All right, so got the injectors out, got the coil packs out, cleaned the surface as much as I could. I do have pretty big fingers, so it's hard to get in there. But I put some shop towels in the plugs so that no debris gets in, and then that way we can start on the other side, take everything out of the other side, and then once everything's clean and we're good to go, then I'll come back on this side, take out the plugs, and then put the new TR6 plugs in there. I do have all the new stuff here, brand new coil packs. Sorry, man. Tripod. Brand new coil packs. Got the injectors in there. TR6 spark plugs, spark plug gapper. We got the map and some wiring. With bigger injectors, you are gonna need an injector adapter, so we got to put these on as well, and then should be good on that part. All right, so I got some petroleum jelly there. I'm just gonna coat the top and the bottom of these injectors with some jelly. That way they just go in nice and smooth with no issues. Cool. It's a light coat. Well, I'll coat them first, and then I'll put them in. All right, we got them all coated. Go ahead and just pop these in. Pop them into the rails first. Okay. Cool. They're all in there. Might not see it too well, but got all 4 injectors in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all sitting down there nice and tight. Tried pulling on the rail bit and they didn't come off at all. I'm gonna go ahead and just start this rail down. That way it sits in there nice and tight. I don't want to move the other rail and then the injectors just move around everywhere. This side's gonna be a little bit trickier because of the. This side's gonna be a little bit trickier because of the throttle body. So I'm probably gonna put the injectors inside first, and then I'll pop the rail on top of it. Because yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pull the rail up high enough to get that injector in there. And just clean this rail. It's kind of ugly. I gotta get something for that. Damn, that shit's not done up. I gotta scrub it or something weird. It looks like it's like some goo. I don't know. Alright, let's get this side going. Everything's nice and clean. I'm gonna clean it again because it does have a little bit of stuff in there. And then this fuel line is still leaking, so. Just gonna coat the injectors again. Just gonna be out this way. I'm trying to be super careful with these injectors because I don't want to break anything, I don't want to damage anything, I don't want anything not to work, so yeah, just trying to be very, very careful with everything, just to make sure we don't have any issues. You know, I'm not trying to rush anything. As much as I want this supercharger install to be done and everything in the car, I'm not trying to rush anything. If it takes me another week, then it takes me another week. What can you do? You gotta make sure everything's done right. So I got all the injectors. Let's get this over. All the injectors good to go. You can see them right there. So like I said, I'm gonna pop them in first. Make sure they sit there nice and easy. And then I'll pop the rail in after. Yeah, it's way easier doing it this way, honestly, than putting it on the rail and then putting the whole rail on. That way I just know they're seated. And we can turn these out a little bit so they're not in the way of the coils. And then just pop them in. I mean, it feels like they're all seated, it looks like they're all seated, so, I mean, it should be good. We're still gonna prime it and, you know, make sure there's no fuel leaking or anything, so, yeah. We'll just snug these up so I don't forget. Yeah, this one's not fitting either, that's fine. Can I use this? I'm confused. Isn't this what I use? Oh, I think they're 8 mil. That's why. Yeah. I had a 7 mil in there. All right. Injectors are done. Injectors were 100% my biggest worry in this, so let's make sure they're all good when I start the car, you know, no leaks. I'm gonna prime it 3 times before I start the car. That way it gets some fuel in there and I can see if it's leaking. I'm gonna have to make sure that everything's completely dry so that I can verify if there's fuel coming out or not. Well, I don't have a socket for the spark plug, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to Harbor Freight real quick. I'm just taking one of the old spark plugs and one of the new NGK spark plugs just to make sure that they're the same size, or maybe they're different, I don't know. So we're gonna go to Harbor Freight. Yeah, I guess now you guys can check out my truck. I picked this up maybe 2 weeks ago, or I want to say maybe about a month ago. Got a nice little F-250 Super Duty. It's pretty dope. It's pretty loud too. It's got it is only a 5.43 valve, so it isn't 6.0 or anything. But I chose to go gas because it would be easier and more affordable to repair if anything breaks. Diesels are very, very expensive, so yeah, that's why I went the gas route. But yeah, it's pretty good. Came with like a Apple CarPlay, came with an amp. I would show you guys the amp, but copyright. Yeah, it's a nice little single cab, long bed. It's got a hitch on it. I put some wheels on it and fixed the front bumper. I changed it to a chrome front bumper and put a lip on it, and it looks nice, man. I really enjoy this truck, and it's a great daily. And since I got this truck, I'm able to finally just work on my Mustang. And you know, if it you know, God forbid it breaks down or whatever, then you know, I still have another vehicle that I can drive, you know. And either way, none of these, my truck or my Mustang, don't get daily driven. Maybe more so the truck than the Mustang, but I do work for Spectrum, so I have the van all day. But yeah, let me let you guys hear this thing real quick. It's got a Flowmaster 40s on it. The previous owner had put them on, so that's why there's a check engine light. But it shifts good. It's not fast or anything. It shifts good. It rides good. I mean, that's all you can ask for, you know. Eventually, I'm gonna put a lowering kit on this thing, and then we'll be good. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm gonna put my phone down before I get a ticket, and we're gonna just head to Harbor Freight, get some sockets. We made it, boys. All right, so I just got back in the car. I'm heading to Advanced Auto Parts. I did get the socket for it. It was a 5/8. Luckily, they only had, you know, the socket itself. I didn't have to buy a socket set or anything for it. For the spark plugs, they fit both the NGK and the regular spark plugs because they are 5/8 for the Fords. So yeah, so I picked up some new sockets. I bought 2 of them. I throw up a picture here. And now I'm gonna go to Advanced Auto Parts. Like I said, I need some plugs for the IAT sensor, or for the IAC sensor. I'm sorry, because we're gonna be running a catch can setup. So I no longer need that bung for the IAC sensor to go into the intake. So we're gonna be deleting that. I'll explain more once we start that process, but I'm just gonna go to Advanced Auto Parts since it's right here around the corner and just pick it up real quick. All right, so I'm back from the store. I used the 5/8 black plug. It fit perfectly into the IAC port. So if you ever go to Advanced Auto Parts, that's the part number right there. And right now I'm just gapping the plugs right now. So I gotta gap them to 0.025. So it's just that first or the second long hash mark right there. And then I bought this spark plug gapper. It's from PQY Performance. You should be able to find this on Amazon. So I'm just going back and forth. This will press it closed. So this will make the gap smaller. And then I'm just double checking the gap size on here. So these are gapped to 0.35. They all have been 0.35. So take the gap tool, and then I've been putting that like nice and flat against this so that the whole back piece is flat on it. And then you just tighten until it gaps it. So we'll check. So it was at 0.35 before. Still at 0.3. Takes a little while for it to go down, because you don't want to be too rough on it. I think right there it went a little bit too much, but let's see. All right, so it ended up being perfect. So there you go. Nice and gapped to 0.025. I've already done 3 of them, so I'm just gonna gap all 8 real quick. And that way I know that they're gapped and I could just throw them in. All right, they're all gapped, 0.25 thou. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the old spark plugs. I already used compressed air to clean the whole entire engine bay out. So yeah, all there's left to do is to take out the old plugs and put the new ones in. So I'm just gonna fast forward. You know, everybody knows how to do this, so should be, well, I don't want to say everybody, but if you're watching this video and you're putting a supercharger in, you should know how to change your spark plugs, right? So let's do that. Well, boys, it's been maybe like 3 hours. I mean, I was starting on this part around like 12, and yeah, this whole entire time I've been trying to get this this spark plug out, and one of the coil packs got stuck in it, so I've been having to pick out the pieces of the coil pack. I don't know where I have the piece, but oh, this is one of the pieces. I threw out, I mean, the inside of the coil pack like kind of broke, so it's sitting like right on the spark plug, so I can't get the socket out. I can't get the socket on it, and I can't get the little plugs out. I've been picking at it with all these picks and stuff. I have a screwdriver, I got a long pick, I got a needle nose. This didn't fit. Yeah, I've been picking at it for I don't know how many hours, and I can't seem to get it off. So I think I'm gonna take a break for today, and then maybe come back either later tonight or I don't know, maybe tomorrow. But because I could do the rest of the spark plugs and coils in maybe like 20 minutes. It won't take me long at all. It's just take out the spark plugs, put the spark plugs in, and then put the coil packs in. But it's mainly that one. I don't want to like start on all the other ones until I'm done with that one. I mean, I probably could just finish this side and, you know, leave that for last, but it's been a bitch. It's just sitting in there, man, and it's annoying as hell. I tried so much, like you guys can see it right there, that little black piece on the top. So on the left side it's all clear, but on the right side, that's where the coil pack is. So let me see if I can get a pick for you guys. Let me get this pick real quick. you guys will be able to see it move around. So it's right here at the bottom, and it's moving around. See, it's moving around. So now the top, you see how the top is silver now, and now the bottom's black. So it's that half right at the bottom here, and it just won't seem to come out, man. I've been picking at it for fucking hours. So yeah, like I said, it's been a mission. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. If I get it out, then I'll just keep going from there. But as of right now, I'm trying to get it out. So probably gonna take a little break, you know, eat some food, chill out for a little bit, and then get back to it. All right, boys. So finally got that spark plug off. I'll show you guys. Dude, this spark plug was fucked. Look at that shit. That's all from inside the coil pack. So finally got this thing out. I'm glad this is out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and plug in the TR6 NGK spark plugs, since I already got them gapped. Yeah. So these coil packs actually already come greased up, but I'm still gonna put grease just in case. They're not like super greased up or anything. They're kind of dried out, but just to be safe, I'll put a little bit of grease on all of them. All right, boys, I'm gonna end it right there. So far, we got the injectors, the coil packs, and the spark plugs done. The three biggest components to this install. Honestly, this is probably gonna be the most time-consuming thing. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, there's a lot of components that can go bad here, so you know that's why it can be an issue. As you can see, my spark plugs got stuck to my coil pack, or my coil pack got stuck to my spark plug, vice versa. So it took me 3 hours to get that out, bro. That's 3 hours that I could have been doing something else. So regardless, we got it all done, we got it out. There's nothing in the engine. I blowed everything out. I cleaned all the cylinders, or the spark plug holes, and got the fuel rails on, got the injectors in, the injector adapters. I'll show you guys the adapters now. Got everything plugged up, got the coil packs in, spark plugs in. We got the dielectric grease in there so that it won't corrode or anything like that. So I'll show you guys the injector adapters real quick, and yeah, that's it. It's just basically like a little adapter. It's right here. It's a black one. I'll take this off. So the injector, this is the injector adapter. That way it fits on here, and then it's plug and play. You just hook them up on all four of them. I moved around the injectors a little bit just so that they would line up on the same area, and and yeah, that's it. So next video we'll be working on the catch can setup and the supercharger, and should be done more or less, right? So yeah, catch can setup is probably going to take a long time, mainly because I gotta find an area where to put it, drill some holes, and I gotta run AN lines and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a learning process. I've never done anything AN, so yeah, there's gonna be an AN line on both sides of the valve, both sides of the valves, and then what we'll do is valve covers. I'm sorry, I couldn't I couldn't figure out the second part. So there's gonna be 2 5/8 bungs on the valve covers, and then both of those are going to be running AN lines to a catch can. So I also got that cap from AutoZone to cap off the IAC sensor, so we're good there. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just keep just wait until part 2. I'll probably already have it done. I'll record everything and then cut it up into parts. So I'll see you guys next video. Peace.